Hare Mai, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so good to see you all here to join us for at Academy X, here to talk about our lunch and learn. Um, this is going to be a very fun hour of your, well, I hope it's going to be a fun hour of your time, where we will go through exactly what it's like to study with us at Academy X, where we do global contemporary learning. It's also our opportunity to talk about leading change for good. Now, this is a beloved, beloved program here with us at Academy X, which we haven't been able to run last year due to, strange machinations of rules and regulations across NCQA. So we're really excited that it's come back. And considering how bananas the world has gotten and how uncertain it is, it's no surprise that a program like this is so important right now when we are dealing with disruption and change. Mr. Rogers said it best, which is look for the helpers. And so this program is all about how do helpers come together and get the skills, the confidence, and the knowledge in order to make a change of impact that matters. So you're in the right place if you're here going, I want to make this space better, and I'm interested in how we do so. Here at Academy X, learning is something we do together. It's not something you do by yourself in a dark room, in a corner, hitting next assessment. We believe that learning is conversation, that cohorts enable people to achieve amazing things. And our job is to make sure that we are provocative enough with the right knowledge and information and insights that allow you to come up with new meaning together. We really care deeply about what our students do and how to help them lead with purpose. And so our programs are all built to help you navigate change, whether it's technological, strategic, sustainable, or social. And it's here where you can grow your career and make a difference in your organization. And particularly this program, it's going to give you the tools to do it and the people to do it with. Now, we really believe in our cohort and the community that we build here at Academy X. And so we thought we would just share a little video to warm us all up and get you all in the right space to go, well, this is what it's like to study with us. And this is what it feels like to be in the room. So I'm going to ask my co-pilot Ethna to hit play, and we hope that Zoom plays time.
Hello and welcome to Academy X.
Well, I don't know about you, but the internet is always a wonderful thing when it's doing live action video. Uh, Needless to say, the vibe of Academy X is very different from traditional learning spaces. It's not, you can see it's bright, it's colorful, but really it's about bringing people together and connect. We really don't, the work that we do here and the work that we enable you to do is not something that lives in a library or a thesis binder. We like to say that none of our programs are certificates that sit on the shelf. Rather, the work that you do with us is a tool that creates action. So all of our programs are designed for people who want to explore really big questions, but also how to do something with the answers that they find. It's grounded in community, backed by purpose, and shaped around the future that you want to help create. So the people that normally come to us to say yes to leading change for good, they say yes for sort of three main reasons. you're a person who wants to turn purpose into practical action. So you really care about making change that lasts and making sure that you lead it well. Maybe you're working on things that really matter: climate, equity, systems, community. You want to do good and you want to do it thoughtfully. And finally, all of our programs are based on this one, which is you're ready to grow, not just learn. So you want the tools, support, and connection to lead with confidence, as I said, in these bonkers, bananas, complex times. And what we've noticed is that a combination of the right information with the right support, and with us, you get one-to-one individual wraparound support that not only comes from industry advisors and student support people, but also from the community itself. That combination really helps people change and grow in ways that continuously amaze us. So we welcome professionals from across Aotearoa, New Zealand, from all over, from transformation and change, government, education, PR, marketing, telecommunications. We're seeing a huge number of people from the creative industry join us, hairdressers and people who've worked on films, creative script writers, directors. We're also welcoming a lot of people from financial industries, Air New Zealand, telecommunication spaces, primary industries. I mean, you name it, we've hit that space here in New Zealand. And it's really exciting to see everyone come together and transfer knowledge. Part of what makes our learning so special is we ground ourselves in something called Te Ara Kotahi, which is our Kaupapa Māori values that allow us to deliver our education in a way that actually creates real change. So we've got four main values: Ako, Manaki, Pono, Rangatiratanga, all of which come together to help us create culturally responsive and sustainable learning environments in which everybody thrives and not just survives. We do facilitation over traditional teaching. So we don't normally have a chalk and talk situation. You're not going to walk into a giant lecture hall and, have someone drone on at you for the next hour. And nor is it going to be based just in theory. Everything we do here has a practical application. So you'll be doing things, talking about things, messing around with stuff, hoping having a really good time, breaking shit. It's how we make sure that we learn is by leaving a bit of a trail of experimentation behind us. We are 159% student centric. So that koru in the middle of our mountain, that's the student. Everything we do, we realize not only through our values, but through the focus of how our learning works. So when we say that we're student centered, every decision that we make in this place, from the type of cookies that we have in the kitchen to, what sort of I don't know, I've lost my train of thought, but you're always in the middle there, and that's what we make sure it happens. And yes, you do have feedback on the cookies. Real world assessments, we don't believe in tests. What we do is we talk about how does that research make a change or an impact. So it's about presentation and how the story that you tell about what you've learned. And of course, with that becomes evidence-based practice. So what I'm basically saying is it's no tests, no fluff, hands-on learning accredited at the end that actually makes a difference in the lives that you're trying to make, not only for the world around you, but for yourself as well. So every single program is like that here at Academy X, but it's particularly true for Leading Change for Good. Now, Leading Change for Good we're in the process of finding an amazing leader for this who's got a really strong sustainability background. We're this close to getting them getting them lined up. Unfortunately, they weren't able to make it today. So I have Hansine, our program lead for Masters of Change and Organizational Resilience. She also used to teach Leading Change for Good in the past and which has become a great feeder into our master's programs. And she has a very soft spot in her heart for this program as well. So she's here to talk us through how Leading Change for Good works. And also we'll be able to answer a lot of your questions about how the program works and why it's so amazing. So I'll hand this over to Hansine, who hopefully will be slightly less tongue-tied than I am about learner-centeredness.
Loser-centeredness. Well, that's a new one.
No, move on, move on.
Gee. Thanks, Baron, and welcome everyone to this call. And it is a real passion of mine. And so I've previously led Leading Change for Good in the previous editions for a few years, and it's really something that we have built on, I think, in terms of what we do here at Academy X. So if you can go to the next slide, please. The postgrad cert, you've heard all about it really from Perrin in terms of the foundation of what we're really wanting to achieve. So it is a postgrad cert certificate at level 8. It can feed into the Masters of Change as well if you want to continue study as a really good option to kind of enter that postgraduate study. We have a lot of different types of people that come in to do this qualification, and it's really, really great because we center around a network of people who are wanting to do good. It's no longer an option, it's a must. It's a real need to shift mindsets and ways of being so that we can make a sustainable difference in the world tomorrow. And so that's a really, really big part of it. If we could go to the next slide. Cool. So it's broken down into 2 blocks of 16 weeks. Part 1 is really, or block 1 is really about yourself as a leader, understanding who you are, understanding the term of what good actually means. We can have good intent, but have really unintended consequences that can cause harm as well. So it's a really grey scale area to dive into, but it's also one that's really, really important to this whole kaupapa, because if we don't understand what we're doing or why we're doing it and we're not intentional about it, then there are possibilities we haven't taken that considered approach that's going to lead to sustainable change. And that's really, really what we're after. So it's a real personal journey to start off with, unpacking yourself and where you sit within that leadership space, understanding different world lenses, particularly lucky to live in Aotearoa, New Zealand, so we bring a lot of kupa Māori and Indigenous ways of thinking and seeing. We look at different types of leadership through those lenses as well, i.e. servant leadership, which is a contemporary model, but also one that's founded in Indigenous roots. And so we sort of navigate our way through as a cohort, as a network of people. We also have in-service learning as part of the qualification and the assessment. So you get to actually work on projects and existing need within communities as a group, as a small team, to unpack and work on a particular challenge and support an organisation. So through the learning and development that you're doing. So you give back as well, and that's part of the for good side of things. So we see this reciprocal relationship between our learning and our impact, and the way that we develop our knowledge and understanding of these environments through context is really important. In block 2, we move into the frameworks that are going to really support change, long-lasting change. There are many, many, many frameworks out there, but understanding the use, the lens, the application of these particular types of frameworks, what we might modify, what we don't modify, the whole big why. And at the end of it, we are asking you to come with a strategy or develop a strategy that is going to lead a sustainable change in your space. So it's not the implementation phase of that. If you want to come and implement, come to Masters. But in terms of the building you to a successful platform ready to launch into this project, that's what you will get as an output of this course. So if you could move into the next slide. Okay. We have not got a shortage of people who give affirmation to the project and their experience through this program, and many of them have gone on to further study with us to do that implementation or to go even deeper into the need and the problem space for change. And as you can see, it has lasting impact across their lives and in their spaces as well. So it's really heartening. A number of projects or strategies that we've had sit within areas such as cultural inclusion within as part of a normal space within organizations. So really wanting to shift the way that hierarchy sits within organizations, or thinking about how we might look at involving and being more inclusive in practice, not just in words. So we have a lot of projects that are focused within organizational culture and with people at the center and the heart, and looking at ways that we can really look at those different models of leadership and hierarchy and things like that to support that active change. We've had people come through with really strong climate action wishes and needs, and it's an ongoing part of the program as well. So there's a lot of sustainability frameworks and ways of looking and seeing things, but often the challenge is that it's all long-term gain, and it's hard to get that buy-in. So you come into a network of people who are trying to lead change in this space. The delivery of the sessions includes experts who are in the space of change and who are leading this really hard work. It's not easy. It's not for the lighthearted, but it is something that's really, really valuable in terms of what you get out of it in that journey and the way that you can go through that. We've had projects.
Oh, sorry. Can I jump in real quick for a second, Hansine?
Sure.
I'm going to run off. I'm sorry to ruin your vibe. One of the questions that we had over Q&A is about the career activities that one can expect after graduation. And I think it's really important to talk about like how Academy X's brand and reputation sits at three levels. One is we're totally accredited. We're an NZQA accredited level 9, level 8 and 9 certified institution. We're the only private postgraduate institution in New Zealand. And we are known for doing innovative education. So being part of the Academy X whānau and family means that you're already showing that you have a different way of approach, a more innovative approach, and setting yourself up much more successfully for the future. People who have done these programs have gone on to lead really large change practices in other organizations, specifically around climate change practice, as well as bringing in strong diversity and inclusion activities. And we've seen that through a lot of our graduates as well. In fact, if you wanted to head out to after this and head to our exceptional student series or get in touch, we'll send you the link directly. Someone who moved from water care over to Auckland Council and started to implement a whole bunch of change activities that came out of these programs. So the career activities that I'm seeing are part of the fact that we're an innovative and different type of space that is well recognized in the market, not only academically, but also from business communities. However, when you were teaching LCG as a teacher, what sort of stories emerged out for you when students graduated and moved on to other things?
Yeah, so we lots of stories because we're talking about the personal and professional capability development within spaces, and I think a lot of conversations about being grounded, understanding what leadership really looks like in action, really supported people to make career decisions that were yeah, a little bit challenging, a little bit scary, but also the next step or the right step for them. It also had a number of students who would step out of their current organization because they realized that their values actually didn't align and that that there wasn't any scope for them to go forward in that space. So they were able to then release that and go to a new space. So I think, like there's a lot that you can take out of the program, but it depends on what you want to also put into it. It is one of those things that go hand in hand. So yeah, I think there are lots of opportunities in terms of leadership and understanding those frameworks, being able to support organizations through change, to understand how to really get all of the pieces aligned to have a sustainable output and change in terms of projects and things like that.
Awesome. And you see, like a lot of our students here speaking are organizational development specialists, social enterprise leaders, community strategy leaders, community managers. These are the spaces that if you're interested in moving into, this really helps you open those doors. Were you going on to the next slide? That's why I put my hand up. Or were you continuing forward?
No, all good. I'm pretty much there. So yeah, I guess yeah, so people who really we want, like, do you see a need for change? Do you have a passion for change? Then you're the right candidate. Like it doesn't matter what that change is because you get to work that out. But if you've got a passion and you can see that need for change, then you're definitely the right person to come through. People from across community organizations, corporate organizations, and everything in between have come through and found a space and place and a part of that, the connection and the journey to this for good concept. So yeah, pretty much anywhere you want to apply a positive change or to see a change in a new light, then this is a really, really great course for you. Next slide. Okay, so if you are going, yep, this is ticking all my boxes. Do I fit the assessment admission requirements for Lead and Change for Good? So you need to have an undergraduate degree or equivalent to enter this qualification, and also a couple of years of relevant industry experience. Because we're throwing you into the mix in the in-service learning, it's really difficult if you haven't had any experience in industry to bring to the table. Where you gain a lot from the network, but also you give a lot to the network, and it's a really important part of the teaching and learning process. If you haven't got a recognised bachelor's degree or equivalent, then you can go through what we do call our equivalence process, where if you've got relevant industry experience, you can apply through that and provide us with the expertise that you've got, and we'll go through a process of assessing you, and if it is to the same level as an undergraduate degree, we will admit you. So you'll need at least 4 years professional experience under your belt there in a leadership capacity more so. But if you're unsure, just have a conversation with us. We do also need you to provide a statement of intent. Again, this is a really important part of the program because we are wanting to look at the for good side of things. We're not wanting to to take people and convince them of the need for it. We want people who are in here who want to do good, who want to lead change, because that grows that network and that builds that success within the programs. So that's why we want you to tell us why you want to do this program. It's a very, very special thing to be part of.
Oh,
I think this is you.
back to
Karen.
me. Hey, before we move on to the next thing, Hansine, I'm going to throw a question your way.
Sure.
All right. What does it really take to lead change that lasts and feel confident doing so?
The ability to make really good informed decisions. I think, that's what it really comes down to. And the approach that you take is needing to be a collective one. And that can be quite challenging at times, particularly within structures. But you've got to work with people. You've got to really understand how people tick and what levers you can pull to enable that change. But not only that, seeing the future, like what does it look like as things change? How are we building in that resilience as part of the change that we are putting forward? Are we looking at the root cause of the change, or are we just putting a band-aid over it? So this program will really challenge you to question all of that and find out, like, is there a need for this change, and what does that look like? Who is it going to impact? Who's going to benefit from this project? Who's going to be see it from a different lens and not benefit from the project? And is it, which way do we go from there? So sorry, not a straight answer, but hopefully helpful.
Oh, a totally brilliant answer. It's leading change means you got to know how to work with people and make sure that people are hearing why and where and what to do and making it part of that. It's an excellent, this is what teaches you how to do that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. There's other advantages to being part of this cohort besides being recognized internationally as being someone who knows how to lead change for good, or being recognized within the Academy X community as being one of our future trailblazers and change makers. We have also we're unlocking the opportunity to the Play Lab, which is our brand new maker space inside of our campus here, which allows you to start learning by doing. So this program isn't just about the power of conversation and unlocking that connection, but also being able to like prototype and use your hands to think. And more importantly, I get it. Like learning can be thought of as something that's super boring or sits in a space that has absolutely no impact on your world, or, frankly, it's like it's a nice to have. What we know about learning here is that it is active, it is engaging, and quite frankly, it's probably some of the most fun you're ever going to have, in your mid-career. And so we built the Play Lab to create this space for people to have fun with learning again, to realize that the most revolutionary thing we can do with education is to make it really accessible and fun to do. So this cohort will be the first Leading Change for Good cohort that'll be part of the Play Lab, where during your full day cohort connections, you'll be going in and playing with AI tools, working with robotics, design thinking, hands-on wires and the 3D printer, using neural links and stop motion animation. And what that does is it allows us to start experimenting and modeling what the impact of of that change could be like and how the system actually works with itself. And also, it's just a shed load of fun. So, we recognize that AI and future and emerging technologies are actually part of all of our jobs, whether we're making change for good or we're looking at a technological future or we're looking at entrepreneurship. Being able to use the new and emergent technologies is part of what is going to set us apart in the future. And that, if anything, is also a big key for any career opportunities that you want to take in, is getting some experience with these AI tools and these emergent technologies as ways to show what you mean and to model out what you're talking about. So we use play, we use crazy tech, we use the ability to come together, and all of that is going to make the most amazing experience for this really well-beloved program. So we know that the best way to master the future is to play with it, but also to recognize that you're going to help create that future. So join us and step into the Play Lab. I think it's going to be an amazing time. So if all of this sounds amazing, or if you just want that link to the Exceptional Student Series, or you want me to set you up for the next webinar, or if you're interested in learning more about us, we have a quarterly business briefing on Friday, which is going to be bonkers about where the world is going. If you're interested in joining us for that, please get in touch with the following ways. I'm going to introduce you to Lisa. Lisa is the person who will nurture and have all sorts of conversations with you if you're interested. And she will tell you how to get in touch with her and what to do next. Well done.
Kia ora. I'm Lisa. I love the program so much, I've done it myself. Hopefully you'll see my email and phone number coming up. I'm only a phone call and email away. I'm here to help. If you're interested in joining the program, how you apply to join is you apply on our website, and you have to, for your eligibility, you can submit your CV and your highest qualification and your passport or your birth certificate. Your passport can be expired. We have a range of funding ways we can support you in this journey for leading change for good. Among them are we have a limited number of scholarships available for 50% of the fees. We have a template to approach your work or any groups or associations you're part of. The study link, you can pay off our fees with study link. And we have a list of external opportunities for funding that come through other organisations. If you have any questions, I'm only a phone call and email away. I'm here to help. As I said, I've done the program, so I can help you on that journey and answer any questions. I look forward to you being part of the journey. Kia ora.
Thanks, Lisa. We've had some great questions throughout. Recognize that it's been a good solid half hour of your lunch. If I invite you to ask 3 more questions before you head off on your day, and to warm you up, I'll ask Lisa. Hey, Lisa. There she goes. You completed the course yourself, didn't you?
Yeah.
What changed for you for good? Oh, I feel like I'm in the movie Wicked. What changed for you for good?
I think it's a number of things. The journey is so powerful. The way we teach, the connections you make, not only with our team, but also we bring in a lot of external speakers, the network, and the ability. I guess the biggest thing is the ability to make a difference. And we walk you through that journey, which is pretty powerful.
I'm reminded of someone who liked the program so much she decided to work here, and it feels like there's that sort of connection. As I said, this program is really well connected to us. And again, this is the only time it's going to be offered this year. And if there was ever a time to lean into uncertainty, into the craziness that this is a great time to do it. And we're here to help make that happen. So get in touch to get access to the quarterly business briefing. We have plenty of other events that are coming up regularly, so do join our newsletter. And feel free to get in touch about any sorts of questions that we can answer. This is one of those programs that maybe everyone needs to take right now, just to kind of remind us how we all connect as humans. I think Lisa got that last question. That is great. Thank you, Jeremy. You get a point for checking in and also putting your name in. Well done. You and Michelle are winning. You're okay? We're good. All right. It's 12:34. Go get a snack. Do get in touch so we can get you into some other events that you're interested in. And I want to say thank you once, thank you twice, thank you 3 times for attending. You all are superstars. And no matter what, I know you're going to make some change for good happen. My name is Perrin Rowland. I'm the Chief Experience Product Officer here at AEX, and I wish you the most wonderful day. Have a great one, guys. Ka kite ano.